A positive sum game is where everyone wins, regardless of the outcome. In the world of finance, that kind of game is pretty hard to come by. So when I heard about inverse finance on Ethereum and their approach to creating positive sum DeFi, that sparked my interest. Hi, I'm Cade from Digital Twin, and in my DeFi deep dives, I want to get you up to speed on the latest and greatest projects in the decentralized finance landscape, so you can maximize your return and take control of your capital. My mission is to make the wonderful world of DeFi less intimidating for people. So help me get this word out there, and be sure to like this video and subscribe. I've got a steady stream of these coming your way, so you won't miss out. On the surface, for anyone who's not fluent in DeFi or financial systems, it might be challenging to understand a platform like Inverse Finance. So I'm going to try and simply unpack what is going on offer here and speak a little bit about their recent launch of Inv+. Inverse kicked off in 2020 with their DCA product, which took a dollar cost averaging approach to enable you to buy your favorite crypto using your stablecoin yield over time. This has since transitioned into focus on three core elements: Inv, Anchor, and Dollar. So first up, we have Inv, the governance token, which has now become much more than just a governance token with the recent launch of Inv+, which is basically a whole new set of tokenomics that supercharges your Inv. It's still the same Inv token, but it has some added extras, such as the ability to use Inv as collateral to borrow dollar, whilst continuing to ensure your voting privileges in the Inverse DAO. What about Anchor? Anchor is a lending platform and stablecoin minting facility. It's a hub to borrow or lend assets, and also to mint stablecoins using all your collateral assets as a single pool. If we take a look at Anchor, you can see that this is where we can stake our Inv and right now earn up to 122% APY. You can also deposit assets like Ethereum, for example, and to use them as collateral to borrow other assets. And that leads us to Dollar, which is a debt-based USD stablecoin, and it can also be used as collateral within the Anchor protocol to get extra leverage and higher yields. So Dollar is actually an over-collateralized stablecoin, meaning that any dollar in circulation is backed by a collateral worth a higher value than the $1 price of dollar. A core element that's woven through all of this is what's called the Dollar Fed. So now what struck me as I was looking into this project was its governance. What was started by a single developer in 2020 has now grown to a fully decentralized autonomous organization called Inverse DAO. And as I shared earlier, the Inv governance token allows holders certain rights to vote on chain. It's very clear that this project is not just focused on financial benefit, but also resilience and transparency. In fact, if you look at their site, you'll see that there's a great level of detail that they go into just for transparency's sake. You can literally follow the money and the flow of transactions within the Inverse Finance ecosystem. Let's now jump over to the governance page and see the DAO at work. So here is the approved and executed proposals of Inverse+. Now, most of the time when you're hearing about a DAO being set up by a project, they aren't actually creating a true decentralized autonomous organization. They're really just using it as a term for community voting to inform decision making. This is different for Inverse Finance. Each proposal performs actual on-chain changes to the code, even if it's just a working group budget. You don't have to trust that the contributors will execute the changes. A key milestone for Inverse coming up is a $1 billion circulating supply. And as this milestone is coming up, the team has stated this will start to unlock dollar revenue sharing rewards. This is where Inv stakers will receive a percentage of dollar lending revenue. So as dollar's popularity increases, Inv stakers will certainly reap the rewards. This is just a simple flow of how that might look, bringing all of these elements together. A user would buy Inv, Inverse lends dollar stablecoin to borrowers, dollar loans generate interest revenue that then increases the value of the Inverse treasury. Then finally, Inverse distributes interest revenue to Inv stakers. Look, from what I see, Inverse Finance has established a strong ecosystem with proven governance. It gives such peace of mind to see the depth of transparency and how strong the decentralized governance is. This kind of peace of mind can be hard to come by in the DeFi space at times, so I do intend to keep going deeper and deeper into the inverse finance ecosystem. If you want to do your own research, which I always strongly suggest, there is a thriving, welcoming community in the Discord, and I'll link to it below. You can check that out. So, there you have it, another DeFi deep dive for you. I hope you've taken some things that is useful in your own DeFi journey. Again, subscribe and follow and level up your journey into Web3 and the metaverse. I'm Cade from Digital Twin. I'll see you next time.